Good morning. It's Tuesday, December 16th. This is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly. This is Kyle Mountsier. Today we're asking, am I furious with Ford? I'm going to give you a hint on that. We're also talking about HGreg going Lux and GM getting hacked. Well, GM rewards. A lot different.
Yeah.
They're going to steal all those points. They steal all those points you never knew you had.
It's like one of those good hacks. You know, it's more like a loophole. And it's, you know.
Oh, it's a hack. See, I just read headlines. See, that's misleading.
Yeah, it's a little misleading. But hey, look, we'll give you a little clickbait this morning just to keep watching on.
Every once in a while.
You know what I mean? Every once in a while.
It's a sad day for me, Kyle. You know why? There's a couple sad reasons. Hold on.
Oh, no.
It's a sad day because I made the last of the coffee you brought for me last week.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Usually, a lot of times when Kyle comes and visits, he brings some crema coffee from Nashville, some of the best coffee in the country, and I get so excited, and I grind it, and I brew it, and today I ground my last beans. I'm like, ugh. I guess I have to come to Nashville soon.
Well, it's fine. You'll get over it. I will say, when you order enough, it's free shipping, and it gets down to like just over the price of like, you know,
mediocre coffee.
Really good. Yeah, like, you know, there's no like $9 bags of crema coffee, but you know, it's
there is. Price, it's only 3 ounces of beans though.
It's 3 ounces. That's good. Oh, so man. Furious for one. First story is the other reason furious. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, we are going to get to that. First, we want to thank our friends at Mia for being today's sponsor. 2 seconds. That's how fast Mia starts helping a customer. And yes, it's the fastest, most human conversational AI in automotive, period. Mia books service, checks inventory, handles reception, follows up by text, and she does it 24/7, 365 with 0 hold time and 0 dropped calls. Dealers who use Mia capture more revenue and never miss a connection. Their value props are strong. Can I just say that?
It is strong. Yeah.
Can I get that for my cell phone? Can I get Mia for my cell phone? You know, I was talking with Brian Kramer, and he's got a voice
like just to like call and just chat with, or
no?
Like
I mean, like people can call Mia, and Mia. The bottom line is Mia would just be. Can I program Mia to run spam calls around? Because that would be fun,
for sure. Well, it's not just like, I mean, there's AI call bots all over the place. You can like create Paul, you know, Paul from the block type guy.
Okay. This week we're releasing on our long form podcast, Auto Collabs. There are already some released. More are coming. It's our conversations from the Merge 2026, which is the event by the Alliance for Automotive Innovation. I think we have Bernie Moreno today, Senator Bernie Moreno. We have Michael Dunn of Dunn Insights, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, Jeff Walker, Jason Hoff, the CEO of Mercedes-Benz. We have a real star-studded list that we got to sit down with in person and have a lot of fun. And one of the fun things about this, if you go watch the one with Debbie Dingell when it releases, because
it's unbelievable.
I have to say, there's a couple things happen when we're on site. Number one, people expect when press is at an event at the National Press Club, that press is going to do what press does, right? Which is like ask you gotcha questions, try to come with an angle. No. And we just have a conversation with people. And when we were done with Congresswoman Dingell, she was like,
that was one of the best. Let's hang out.
She was like, that was the best interview ever because she got to be a person. It was so much fun. And she stared right into the camera and gave a message to China. So like, when does that happen on your show?
So strong.
All right, let's get into some news. I can't even do this first story.
Just have a minute for Paul while I read this. Ford just hit the brakes on its EV ambitions, announcing nearly $19.5 billion in charges as it pivots away from its loss-heavy electric trucks. They are discontinuing all electric Ford F-150 Lightnings, replacing it with an extended range electric version that includes, get this, a gas engine. Its Kentucky EV battery plant will be repurposed. Right now, I think there's around 1,100 or 1,300 jobs lost in the short term there. So not great for that Kentucky growth. The company has already lost $13 billion on EVs since 2023 and intends to shift to more hybrid and EREV models, including a midsize pickup expected to launch in 2027. By 2030, Ford expects roughly half of its global volume to come from hybrids, EREVs, and EVs, up from just 17% today. So they're looking at the multi-powertrain thing, signaling much slower, more mixed trend. All EV roadmaps dealers were sold just a few years ago. Here's Jim Farley's quote. Instead of plowing billions into the future, knowing these large EVs will never make money, we are pivoting. We now know enough about the U.S. market where we have a lot more certainty in the second inning.
Thanks, Spencer,
Pour
for
one
putting
out.
in the comments, moment of silence for the lightning. I have feelings about this because I'm standing here in my office. I'm looking out my big front window and I see my F-150 Lightning parked right there, connected to the charger that's in front of the building. A few things. Somebody asked in the comments, would I make the same decision? I bought an F-150 Lightning last year. I vlogged it. It was a lot of fun. I love the truck. It's amazing. A couple things are already a little annoying with it. Number one, it's hard to get service on them in Syracuse because there's just not a ton of Ford dealers. But the one Ford dealer I went to down the street here from our office, the service guy was like, yeah, those EVs, I don't know if they're going to be any good. So when the service advisor starts talking like that, you're like, I don't think you're going to help me, are you? You have a dog in the fight to make this not a fun thing for me.
Right.
Say goodbye to the frunk, right? The EREV. The frunk is gone. And I've actually come to like having the frunk because when you have a pickup truck, I mean, my frunk isn't going away, right? Yeah. You can put some stuff. It's not going to get hit by the weather. I don't need a tonneau cover. However, I'm also like a little envious because an EREV is pretty cool having like that, whatever's going to be 600-700 miles of range. But then you're back to a gas engine. I'm really conflicted on this one. I understand why Ford is doing it. They've lost billions. I understand the market for this, or the increasing, demand on large battery supply and making it profitable. When he says we know a lot more going into the market, what the market's around, we see a lot of people pivoting to these EREVs. Chrysler Ram was the first one to do it. Scout is doing it. VW is doing it. The EREV engine makes a lot of sense, and I think that's what will spur on a lot more adoption of an electric drivetrain, which I still think is a superior drivetrain. I got a huge deal on my truck, so I'm happy. I'm going to drive this thing for a long time.
Yeah, this is another one of those go hybrid, go EREV first, get people used to a different type of powertrain, especially in a place where we are just more spread out than most other countries in the world, right? And that places a totally different demand on people's ability to charge or get around to different places. However, your F-150 Lightning is super dope. So
it's a super dope truck.
And I mean, for all these people that have been building these batteries at the EV battery plant that just have had the rug pulled out from them, that's a brutal proposition.
Yeah. I'll say this, in the wintertime, I was wondering what it's going to be like, and we get a little bit of snow up here. So I've had plenty of snow to test it in already. And it is such a balanced and controlled ride because all the weight is in the bottom of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And putting an engine back in the front, which is, I'm assuming that's where they're putting it, is going to change that dynamic again. And I think having a vehicle with an engine in it after having a vehicle with no engine in it would feel, aside from the range, would totally feel like a step back in sophistication.
Yeah.
But if I'm the one that feels like that and no one else does, Ford's got to make money. I appreciate that.
It's just you. Yeah.
All right. Speaking about making money. Okay. Making money, sophistication. Huge opportunity and thing for dealers to learn here. Canada-based dealer group HGreg has opened a luxe boutique inside its flagship Orlando used car store, betting that Highline buyers want a premium experience without leaving the pre-owned ecosystem. The new HGreg Luxe Orlando is a dealership within a dealership, making the group's fifth Luxe location across Florida and California. Its 50,000 square foot showroom stocks more than 125 vehicles, including what HGreg claims is the largest Porsche 911 inventory in the U.S. Plus AMGs, Bentleys, luxury SUVs. HGreg's leaning into convenience and flexibility with same-day delivery, contactless buying. Is that still a thing? And even cryptocurrency payments. Is that still a thing? CEO John Hirebid. Oh man, I want to get your name right, John. Kyle, you got me on this?
Harabedian. I think
we're so sorry.
I've heard it before.
I have to.
Now I'm forgetting exactly how to say it. So we apologize, John.
He's a boss, whatever it is. Frame the move as emotional as much as strategic, saying for many of us, driving a luxury car is one of life's most memorable moments.
Well, without a doubt, for an inventory as big as this with this much money behind it, you got to give these people a different experience. I mean, you look across like the Bentley, Maserati, Porsche showrooms in the US, they are a different experience. They're unique, even just the consultative nature at which the sales process happens. And you can only imagine that the pre-owned vehicle market for this, especially the the late model year, the ones that are pricier, like people want a different experience. They don't want to go into a regular old, domestic, front end and buy their $125,000 Porsche that, they're it's like still a status symbol for them, even though it's not brand new. So kudos to HGreg for kind of seeing that as a market opportunity. And I think this is where, especially like regionally based groups, creating these one-off used car stores. If you own a city's market as a regionally based group, why not create a little independent store that can be a mainstay for unique style inventory? Maybe it's cheap used cars, maybe it's expensive used cars, maybe it's EVs, whatever it be. Create that niche and go find that market segment.
I love this idea of understanding what a consumer base was and leveraging existing real estate and existing traffic to bring more people into the ecosystem. I like, to your point, Kyle, I think it's a great opportunity for any dealer, especially regional dealers who have some leverage, have some inventory. They have maybe a little space they can carve out. You can build an entire brand from the ground up without a dollar investment in new dirt, which I think is a real value. And what I'm thinking of is like all these dealers, even like Beaver Toyota, they sell so many upfitted vehicles and they have relationships with upfitters. Like pick a rugged motif if that's your market, and like have a truck center where you have people that are in there passionate about it. Build a little brand around it. You can create social media content. You can create its own landing page and website, make it pre-owned, and you could rock and build a whole different brand. I think we're not used to, in the automotive industry, saying like, how can I build a brand? You think that has to include new service bays and new, like you only build a brand one way, right? Put up a building. No, you could build a brand that lives largely on social media, has a little showroom space, and really take it to the next level. Especially
think about what your salespeople are doing. They're doing that. They're building micro brands. Go build some micro brands.
Yeah, they are. Don't let them have all the fun. Speaking of having all the fun.
Oh,
segue
time. Here it was. GM's loyalty program briefly turned into some free money. A loophole in GM rewards let users generate millions of points without spending a dime. Most notably, a Cadillac Escalade V owner who used nearly $60,000 worth of points to pay a GM financial loan before GM shut it down.
Dang it.
Users could earn up to 16,000 free points per account by completing surveys and watching GM videos, then repeat the process by creating new accounts over and over and over in a place where points were instantly transferable to other accounts, stacking millions of things into a biggest problem for GM. Points would be redeemed on service, accessories, and even vehicle loans, not just the swag that the apps were kind of like promoting. GM fixed the exploit, but honored the points, taking a page from the airlines. Protect the program, not just the balance sheet.
Oh, I'm so sad because I own a GM vehicle.
Like, no, you can't do this. They let the people that figured it out use it.
Jalopnik, where were you when I needed to exploit this open loophole? I mean, kudos to GM for just understanding how important brand is, and obviously the exposure was relatively limited. But I mean, paying sound 60 G's on a GM financial loan with points is pretty impressive. I love the idea that their points program does translate into real dollar things, right? It's not like, oh, you can get, Cadillac keychains, no, it's like you can pay for service, you can pay down your loan. So I love that. I didn't even realize that was GM's program. So it's a great program. It sounds like to start, and it looks like they're going to keep it going and they're keeping the brand. Somebody put in the chat here, if you haven't seen it, Jorge puts in the chat, Adventura Mall, txtcharlie.com. I'm going to go to it really quick. Is this a brand? Is this a vehicle brand? It is. Go to txtcharlie.com, and it's a Fort Lauderdale. It looks like it's part of the Morgan Auto Group, and it looks like a little luxury spot. Really beautiful website. Go ahead. Jorge, thanks for sharing that. You learn a little. Smart. Yeah, every once in a while we learn something on the show. All right. I know. How easy is it? It's so easy. More people need to do this. Tell them you heard it here first. Listen, I have to go outside. I'm going to have a little moment with my F-150 Lightning and tell it it's okay. It is now a limited edition, and I'm going to sell it for twice what I paid for it in a couple of years. Maybe not.
There you go.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.